What makes people all over America break down and cry like this? Call 1-900-9099-CRY and hear it for yourself. $2 for the first minute, 45 cents each additional minute. If you're under 18, ask your parents before you call. 1-900-9099-CRY.
I came into contact with somebody from one of the big four, ended up becoming kind of a mentor to me. He's now a member of our club.
Man, when I first saw my first Hell's Angel standing there, I was like, that's what I want to be, man.
If you're running a three-piece, just like you know, it is truly an outlaw standard. Doesn't make you a one percenter, but it makes you an outlaw.
This is what I believe in, you know, and it was awesome to see that my brothers believed in me.
It's the wolf leading the sheep, man. You know, the sheep need to open their eyes because they're about to walk off the cliff where the whole other pack of wolves are at the bottom.
If you were getting your lunch money taken before you put them rags on, if they catch you by yourself, they're going to take your lunch money again.
I try to be around the guys and hang out with them as much as possible and get to know them, because that's really what it's about.
The Hells Angels are being arraigned.
One man was stabbed in the chest, another was knocked out, who faced criminal charges, including charges of hate crimes as well as gang allegations. One defendant faces an attempted murder charge, so this certainly appears to be a widespread investigation.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about the Phantom MC teaming up with the Vice Lords and what kind of consequences they're going to be facing. We're going to talk about Ryan Wedding being caught. We got a lot of other things to talk about. Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate everyone that takes the time to watch the show. Thank you guys for joining me. It's a cold one out there. Hopefully you guys stay inside. It's supposed to be, it's like -0 in a lot of places right now. And that's just crazy. Hopefully you guys stay warm. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. Make sure you guys check out Patreon for a lot of exclusive content. I've been editing like crazy, so I'm going to be hitting you guys, boom, with a whole bunch of content. Make sure you go check out Flair 1%, the interview I've been dropping a little bit of. It was posted about a year ago, but I want people to see it on the video side. A lot of people seen it on the live side, but I want you guys to see it on the video side. I got a lot of different interviews that's going to be dropping. Yaki Lopez. I got an interview with Milk, part of the Chosen Few. I have an interview with Paul, the real Donnie Wanch. Yes, I got an interview with Paul. Shout out to Paul. It's pretty funny. You guys know him from the whole Donnie Wanch saga. Let's take a look. Let's see if I still have that video that he made. What's up, everybody? And we're going to be doing a show about Donnie Wanch on Monday. We got a lot of other things to talk about before we get to that point where we're here it is. I found it. This is too funny. I gotta wait for it to load, but you guys are gonna laugh. For some reason, I can't hear the videos when they play. But anyway, check out this shout out.
Hey there, it's the great J. Donnie Wanch here, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
You guys remember that guy, right? We got.
And who's this Billy Staxx character trying to clown the great Donnie Wanch? Like, wait till you get in the front seat with me, Billy. Make you feel like Billy Zane when the time I'm done. Okay, Donnie Wanch out.
Well. Haven't heard the D word in a while. Yeah, I got some funny information about Mr. Donnie. Oh, yeah, I've been compiling a whole file on Donnie, and you guys are going to be surprised to know a few things. It's pretty funny situation. I hear he really has it out for me and a couple other people. That's all right. He'll get over it, right? So anyway, we're going to talk about a bunch of different things today. I'm going to be doing a show soon about motorcycle clubs and video games. And I want to know what your opinion is on these video games are taking real cuts from motorcycle clubs and using them in the games. The Banditos, the Mongols, the Pagans, the Hells Angels, and they have them like really fighting in the game on the previews and everything. So I clipped up some of the games, right? And I have some videos for you guys. It's a pretty long video, and I'm going to be playing it for you. Here's one of the cuts. This is like an alleged Bandito cut from the game. They say the name is different, but they have all the same patches that the real club has. And they use the logo on the back. I mean, it's the same exact patches as all these 1% clubs. It's insane. See who else we got in the building. Tommy, what's up? Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate you. Verones, how are you? Thank you for joining me. SYLSH, Randy, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate you. So today, our first story, we're going to talk about, this is a wild story. If you guys haven't heard of this one. So this is out of Delaware. Delaware school bus driver allegedly caught banging a prostitute on the bus. Yup. He got caught banging a prostitute on the bus. Police have arrested a Delaware school bus driver on January 12th after a video allegedly showed him picking up a prostitute engaging in sex on the bus. Prosecutors charged Alvin Roham, 62 years old, with lewdness and patronizing a prostitute within 100 feet of a school, residence, church, or place, according to Dover Police Department. In a press release, the incident occurred January 6th and was discovered when a school district employee was reviewing footage while looking into an unrelated matter aboard a school bus, police allege. So listen, if he got caught like randomly, probably did this before. The footage allegedly showed Rohan picking up a woman off this street and then driving to another street. He parked the vehicle and proceeded to engage in sex in exchange for cash. The DPD said police obtained the footage of the alleged encounter and launched an investigation and later arrested Ram without incident. Police said Ram was not a school district employee, but was working for a contracted bus service. It is unclear what time the alleged encounter occurred, or if Ram had driven children to school on the bus that day, according to the New York Post. Ram was released on his own recognizance. The incident is not the first time a school bus driver allegedly accused of engaging in inappropriate activity. Kenneth Alexander Thompson Jr. was arrested and charged with 3 counts of statutory R of a young child, then 15. In November of 2025, reported he allegedly had multiple encounters with a middle school student. Beginning in November 2024, Thomas Jr., 25 years old, drove the school bus to Durham, North Carolina, according to the outlet. They contacted the police department. They would not immediately comment the incident involving Ram. So he was released on his own recognizance. That takes a lot of fucking balls to do that type of shit. That's crazy. I mean, you work where there's kids around. Like, why would you do something like it? It's just crazy. I don't get it. People nowadays are really losing their minds. I don't get it. So, we are here today to talk about this crazy case. Let me find it. Probable cause affidavit unsealed Friday described Moss as a high-ranking member of the Phantoms MC, a Detroit-based motorcycle club with ties to the Vice Lord Street Gang. Oh. So, prosecutors allege the gang members tried to kill an Indiana judge to derail a domestic abuse trial. Now that's crazy. That's a pretty big stretch, ain't it? So members of the motorcycle club and street gang worked together to attempt to kill an Indiana judge in hopes to derail a domestic abuse case against one of their own. Prosecutors alleged Friday, hours after police announced that they had arrested 5 people in connection with the investigation. Steven Meyer, the court judge, and his wife, Kimberly, were injured Sunday afternoon in an attack at their Lafayette home. Steven Meyer suffered an injury to his arm, and Kimberly was injured to her hip, authorities said. Probable cause affidavit unsealed Friday paint a sordid, whatever that means, sordid picture of a planned attack to attack the judge that unfolded several weeks and showed surveillance video, a trail of disregarded clothing. A tip from a restaurant helped investigators piece together this case. At this center is a 43-year-old Thomas Moss of Lafayette. Documents described him as a high-ranking member of the Phantoms MC, a Detroit-based motorcycle club with ties to the Vice Lord Street Gang. Court records show Moss is charged in 2024 with beating his ex-girlfriend and firing a gun in the home. He was set to stand trial in that case on Tuesday in front of Meyer, the same judge. A Lafayette woman named Amanda Mislap allegedly approached Moss' ex-girlfriend at the home in Pennsylvania several weeks prior to Sunday's attacks. She told her that Moss and the Vice Lords wanted to pay her $10,000 not to testify against him. Moss's ex-girlfriend refused to accept the money. Raylan Ferguson, an affiliate of the Almighty Vice Lords gang, and a woman he lives with, Zaneta Greer, then traveled to Lafayette from Lexington, Kentucky, several days before the shooting. Prosecutors allege Ferguson traveled to Meyer's home January 16th and knocked on the door. He had a food delivery, but left, court records said. He returned to the home on Sunday afternoon. Police said the home surveillance video shows him wearing a mask and carrying a shotgun. Investigators later determined that another Phantoms MC member, Blake Smith, had purchased the gun in early January, according to court records. Ferguson knocked on Meyer's door and said he was looking for his dog. When Steven Meyer told him he didn't have his dog, Ferguson opened fire through the door, according to court records. Police used search dog and later found the shotgun and Ferguson's mask and clothing disregarded near Meyer's home. Analysts said it matched the DNA found on the mask to Ferguson. Investigators used the home surveillance video to zero in on the food Ferguson brought to Meyer's home. On January 16th, they tracked it to the restaurant where Ferguson had bought it. The restaurant surveillance showed a person who was dressed and walked like Ferguson leaving the restaurant. Police in Indiana, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, as well as the U.S. Marshals and the FBI worked on this case before Lafayette Police Department finally announced late Thursday that Ferguson, Moss, Smith, Mislip, and Greer had all been arrested. Moss, 43, Ferguson, 38, Smith, 32, each face attempted murder, conspiracy to murder, battery, and intimidation counts. Mislip, 45, faces bribery and obstruction charges. Greer, 61, has been charged with helping a criminal obstruction. Moss's attorney in the domestic abuse case, Ben Jeffy, did not immediately return a message left for his office. Court records did not list an attorney for the other people facing charges in connection with the judge's shooting. Steven Meyer issued a statement thanking police and saying that it was important to allow the judicial process to move forward. Indiana Chief Justice Loretta Rush also released a statement saying a special judge appointment is expected Monday, because obviously this judge can't be on that case anymore. I mean, but that's a wild thing that they did. Like, that's really, it's pretty wild. Threats against judges have been on the rise in recent years, Rush noted in a news release. There's been more than 150 of the 214 judges who responded to the 2024 security survey that they had been threatened. So 150 out of 214 judges have been threatened in the past. Wisconsin Supreme Court recorded 188 threats against judges in the state in 2024. The most recent year data was available. That compares to 232 threats in 2023 and 74 threats in 2022. Damn. Retired Wisconsin state judge John Romier was shot and killed in 2022 by a man he had sentenced to prison for burglary. The head of the U.S. Marshal Service and congressional testimony in 2024 that the number of threats against federal judges had more than doubled over the last 3 years. So this is a wild case, and these are some of the people involved right there. That's a wild situation. I mean, they're probably going to prison for the rest of their lives. Tommy, what's going on? Slow Ride's in the building. Thank you for joining me, Slow Ride. Comment to make me angry. What's good, man? Paper Staxx. How are you? CJ, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. Mile High Magic's in the building. It's about to be a snowy one. Shit, I wish I had a snowmobile. I'll rip that fucker around. That's the only thing you're going to be able to ride around. Hey, you got a new member in the house. The Faceless Voice Original. Thank you so much for getting a membership. You won't be disappointed. Go check out the videos. I got a ton of content, and I'm going to be dropping some new stuff probably today. I've been working really hard editing, so we got Yaki Lopez, Milk, Paul, Rusty Dusty coming up. We got a whole bunch of interviews that are going to be dropping, and we have prison stories with some convicted murderers, right? And they tell me their side of the story, and you tell me if you think they're guilty or not. Like, I put their story out there, and you guys be the judge. So it's called Prison Stories, and that one's going to be dropping probably this weekend. I've been working really hard at getting you guys the best content possible, so I'm just going to keep grinding, keep getting interviews. If you guys know anyone that wants to get interviewed, Paula, how you doing? So Loud's in the building. Shout out to North Carolina, the Boondocks. Good afternoon, man. Paula, how are you? Ken, what's up? We got the best chat in the business. How's everything going? Things are great. I couldn't be happier, especially with the way the documentary's going. Everything's falling right into place, and we're on track I want to get this thing wrapped up. So I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's going to be on a major network. And if you guys aren't aware, let's see here. So I'm looking at a bike, right? But listen, if there's no title, I can't mess with it. Like, you don't know if somebody, grabs something and Donnie interview. Oh, yeah, the Donnie interview's coming. Don't worry. That one's going to be dropping soon. Donnie wants. If you guys aren't aware, I did get a call from Donnie and I did speak with him. I haven't put that out there, but I definitely did. And I got it on tape. So you guys will see what we talked about very soon. It's going to be good. But Donnie, the show about Donnie is going to be dropping on Monday. Donnie's got some explaining to do. Yes, he does. Got some explaining to do, huh, Donnie? So this is the gas station where this whole situation happened on Long Island. Bikers indicted for gang assault. This is a new article that just came out today. 5 members of rival gangs were indicted for alleged participation in an armed violent melee in Lindenhurst, September 2025. You guys remember I reported on that. On September 14, 2025, at approximately 3:28, alleged members of the Pagans Motorcycle Club and the Demons of Hell Motorcycle Club, the latter, which is a support club for the Hells Angels, were allegedly involved in a violent altercation involving knives, hammers, and other weapons outside of a gas station in Lindenhurst off Sunrise Highway. The altercation began when members of the Demons of Hell and one member of the Hells Angels interrupted a memorial service for a member of the Pagans being held in Lindenhurst Bar. Shortly thereafter, about 15 individuals met nearby at gas station Route 66 gas station, where confrontation escalated to a melee that ensued. It is alleged that during the melee, Roger Clark, and I found some of these people, but I'm not going to put their pictures out there. Roger Clark, Christopher Clark, members of the Demons of Hell, stabbed and beat a pagan rival with a hammer, causing the victim to suffer a stab wound, resulting in emergency surgery to treat his injury. Roger Clark, alleged to have stabbed an additional member of the Pagans while that victim was attempting to flee the scene. The victim sustained a stab wound with lacerations to his liver and colon, requiring emergency surgery to treat his injuries. Joseph Bavino, Michael Baffa, and Robert Miller, all alleged members of the Pagans Motorcycle Club, are alleged to have acted together to be a 76-year-old Hells Angel member. And the reports that I got before were that his cut got taken, but I don't know if that's true. But he was a 76-year-old member of the Hells Angels, and those are the alleged people that disrupted it was like a benefit, I think, they were having for a fallen member, I believe, or something like that at a bar. But the people that I talked to said that there was no incident at the bar, because when they first reported this, they were saying that this big fight happened at the bar. And what they said to me is there was no fight at the bar. This all happened later on at a gas station. So there was no altercation. There might have been words exchanged at the bar, but nothing happened at the bar, nothing physical. So it says they be a 76-year-old alleged Hells Angel member with weapons, including baseball bats. The victim suffered a brain bleed, resulting in multiple emergency surgeries, continued medical treatment. This was a brazen and dangerous outbreak of violence that put our community at risk, said the Suffolk County District Attorney What began as a confrontation between two rival gangs quickly escalated into chaos melee in the middle of Sunrise Highway, involving weapons and resulting in numerous serious injuries. Violence of this nature will not be tolerated. On January 20th, 2026, Roger Clark of New Hampshire was arraigned on the indictment, Supreme Court, on the following charges: 1 count of gang assault first degree, 1 count of gang assault second degree, 2 counts of assault in the first degree, 2 counts of assault in the second degree. Now that's using a weapon. Collins ordered Clark be held on a $750,000 bond. He has to pay $75,000 to get out. It's a partially secured bond. So he has to come up with either, a house or a car, something worth that much money. Or you have to come up with 10% of the bond. And you have to listen to everything they tell you to do. You can't drink alcohol. You can't, they could put you on house arrest where they've got a bracelet on you. It's a nightmare getting out on bond. Clark is due back in court on February 3rd. And that's next week, I believe. He faces 25 years in prison if convicted on the top count. He faces a lot more time than that. If he goes to trial and loses, he'll probably get a life sentence for this situation. So on January 20th, Christopher Clark was arraigned of New Hampshire. And I believe that this is the son of Roger Clark. I could be mistaken. They could be cousins. It could be an uncle and a nephew. But I think it's father and son. He was arraigned on the indictment before the judge on 1 count of gang assault in first degree, 1 count of gang assault in second degree, 1 count of assault first degree, 1 count of assault in second degree, and that's because of the weapons. He was arraigned on a $250,000 bond, so his bond is a lot less than the other bond, but he still needs $25,000 to get out of prison, or he needs to put up something that's worth that much money. I think if you get out and you put up collateral, you have to come up with the whole $250,000, but you have to pay at least 10%, which is $25,000. So you can't say, "Oh, I got a car here. I'm going to give you this car and let me out because it's $25,000. No, you have to pay that money. If you put up collateral, it has to be the whole amount. You have to put up collateral for the whole amount, not just the $25,000. It says it's partially secured bond, so I'm not really sure exactly what that means. It means they need some kind of money to let them out. They're not going to do it without the $25,000 cash. And the other guy needs $75,000 cash to get out. That's what it says. They need cash. His case is due back on February 3rd. And then they changed the other guy's dates are different than these guys. They're sooner. So January 20th, Bavona, I think his name's Bavona, 46 years old, of Center Reach, was arraigned before the judge. 1 count of gang assault first degree, 1 count of gang assault second degree, 1 count of first degree assault, 2 counts of assault in second degree. He is ordered held on a $75,000 bond, cash, $750,000 bond, partially secured, whatever that means. I think they have to get the $75,000 cash in order to let him out. Or if they come up with the collateral, you got to come up with the $750,000 worth of collateral, and then they get their money back. But if you pay the 10%, you don't get your money back. When you pay the 10%, you're just paying that to get out of prison, and you don't get it back. But if you pay the whole thing, and you have a house or a car or something that's worth $750,000, which a lot of people don't have that, you'll get out of prison and you'll get your stuff back. So, but he has court on January 29th, which is in 5 days, less than a week. So he faces 25 years in prison on the top count. On January 20th, Baffa was arraigned on the indictment following charges: first-degree gang assault, 1 count of gang assault, second degree, 1 count of first-degree assault, 2 counts of assault in second degree. He's got a $750,000 bond, $75,000 in cash, partially secured. He is facing 25 years. His court date is February 27th. So he's got a pretty far date. He's got over a month to sit in prison and wait. So I don't know. Hopefully he's getting out, because that would suck to sit there that long. On January 21st, this is the day after this other guy's got arraigned. This guy got arraigned. Miller, 57, of Farmingville. He was arraigned before the judge. 1 count gang assault, 1 count gang assault second degree, 1 count assault first degree, 2 counts assault second degree. Collins was ordered held on $25,000 cash, or $75,000 cash, $750,000 bond, partially secured, which means he's got to come up with $75,000 cash. He's due back in court on February 3rd. He faces 25 years in prison if convicted on the top count. But if he goes to trial and loses, I think it's a lot more time than that. Like, they're putting the hammer down. They don't like when this stuff happens in public. Like, they don't like it. They will pretty much... Quebec, what's going on? Quebec's busy right now. Are they talking about the raids that they did up there at the Quebec Hells Angels Clubhouse? How you doing? Hello from Quebec. What's going on? Congratulations, Staxx, on the 21,800. Keep grinding to the top. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Security bond. It says that they have to pay $75,000 in cash. Let me see. Let me look it up. Let's see. I think they have to pay the $75,000 in cash regardless. But I'm going to look it up. All right. It's going to tell me exactly what it means. $750,000 partially secured bonds means a judge has set a total amount of $750,000, but the defendant is allowed to pay a smaller percentage, usually 10%, meaning $75,000. He has to pay that amount in the court to be released while he's waiting for trial. This type of bond is designed to be cheaper alternative to the full cash bond, allowing release without needing to pay the entire amount up front or using a bail bondsman. What does this entail? Upfront cash. You'd or your loved one must deposit a percentage of the total amount, about $75,000 bond, $75,000 with the court clerk in order to get out. Are the deposits refundable? Unlike a fee paid to a commercial bail bondsman, the money deposited for a partially secured bond is typically returned at the end of the case, provided the defendant attends all required court dates. So they're saying if he puts up the $75,000, right, and he goes to all his court dates, he'll get it back. So it says liability. While you pay a fraction up front, are you still liable to pay the $750,000? If the defendant fails to appear in court, you will be required to pay the remaining $675,000 to the court. Holy shit. So you can't run. You got to pay all that money. Conditions. The court may require proof of income or assets to ensure you can afford the 10% deposit and understand the liability. This option is common in states with bail reform laws, such as New York, to avoid excessive bail that would otherwise keep someone in custody solely based on their financial status. So They might be able to get out if they can come up with that money and they go to all their court dates, then they got a chance of getting out. But if they don't, oh boy. Yes, we're going to be doing a show about the BMF and the Hells Angel war up there. I got some videos on Patreon, some crazy videos of what BMF did to some of the Hells Angel members, blow torches and everything else. So go check that out on Patreon. It's pretty wild. People rob some people. I know some people. I know some things. Put your hands on an elderly person? No bueno. It's never accepted. Even opposite teams, one-on-one is different. Yeah, you don't do that. Dude comes off his motorcycle with a crutches or something. Crazy. I mean, hey, things happen, man. You know? Hey, what's going on, Schmitty? How are you? Thank you for joining me. I interviewed a pretty high-ranking pagan, right? I can't find the damn interview. I definitely have it on my computer. I just got to find it. But he's pretty high up there. And I'm pretty sure he's still a member. But I need to find the interview. Minneapolis is a mess. Hell yeah, it is. It is an absolute mess. They got to do something about that place. I don't know. Stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of exclusive content dropping. I am almost done with the Yaki Lopez interview. It's pretty good. Yaki Lopez is an absolute legend if you haven't heard of him.
I'm Yaki Lopez and I chat with Staxx.
Guys fought the who's who of boxers in his day. Michael Spinks, so many different people. Like, he fought like hundreds of people. Crazy. And he tells me all about it. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be great.
Hey, that's a great J. Dottie Watch here, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
I'm like, you know Harley Gwendon? Like, he's like, I don't know, do I? He grew up with Harley, so it's a pretty good interview. Wait till you guys see that. Shout out to the real Donnie Wants. Summer's gonna get hot in Canada, Staxx, 100%. Make sure you guys keep in touch and let me know. Let me know firsthand accounts because I want to know what's going on. Hopefully things are good, you know. Hopefully everybody can get along and just ride their motorcycles and enjoy life. Hopefully that's what happens in the United States, but it seems like things are getting crazy. I mean, people just need to get along because violence serves nothing. It doesn't get you anywhere on either side. Violence, you go to prison or the other person's gone forever, and then you got to pay for it. It's senseless. It really is. It's not worth it. In my eyes, it's not worth it. I don't know. Maybe other people feel different, but you don't win a trophy for doing things on the street. People don't care. You just get forgotten and you go to prison. Your whole life gets ruined. You throw your family away. What's that worth? Is it worth it? I mean, you can't wear your patch in prison. You can't ride your motorcycle in prison. People aren't going to stick around. It's just going to be another forgotten person, right? It's like, think about it. Is it really worth it? As you guys know, Ryan Wedding has been captured, they say. He turned himself in, but they're making it seem like he was captured. Oh, they went and caught him. And they're trying to compare him to Pablo Escobar, which is insane because he's not Pablo Escobar. He's not on Pablo Escobar's level whatsoever. So I don't know why they would even do that. They're like, oh, he's Pablo Escobar status. I don't understand what that even means. Holy shit. Oh, man. Wait till you see what I just got. Crazy. Insane. I can't let you guys know yet. But it's pretty crazy. Monday's going to be a hell of a show. Wow. So there's been a bust in Chicago. Bust nets $4.3 million in narcotics. Holy shit. It looks like the Phantoms Motorcycle Club, they it says that they worked hand in hand with a street gang in order to do that situation. And there's more and more articles about this situation. You guys know I'm the one that broke this story too. The Pagans and the Demons of Hell Motorcycle Club indicted in bloody Long Island brawl. I'm checking if there's a video for you guys. For some reason, I'm not able to see. I'm not able to hear any audio for some reason. It's weird. But this is the same. It says it's brazen, dangerous act of violence erupted on September outside of a gas station in Lindenhurst, presenting a threat to the community. The trouble began when members of Demons of Hell, which is affiliated notorious Hell's Angel Motorcycle Club, interrupted the afternoon memorial being held for the Pagans Motorcycle Club member in Lindenhurst, prosecutors said. Short time later, 15 people involved with an altercation met at Route 66 at a gas station where things turned violent. It is alleged that during the melee, Roger Clark, Christopher Clark, members of the Demons of Hell, stabbed and beat a pagan rival with a hammer, causing the victim to suffer stab wounds, resulted in emergency surgery. Prosecutors said on Friday, Clark, also accused of stabbing a pagan member, and the victim attempting to leave the scene, required emergency surgery, lacerated his liver and his colon. Both Clark, who is 53, and 21, respectively, are from New Hampshire and face multiple felony charges. They're expected to return to court on February 3rd. Long Island Pagans Motorcycle Club, Joseph Bavina, 46, Michael Baffa, 57, and Robert Miller, 54. These guys are all older, too, are accused of teaming up on a 76-year-old man, an alleged Hell's Angel member, whom they beat with baseball bats. They, too, are facing felony counts, including charge with gang assault. So these guys face 25 years in prison for this. Crazy. Hey, Doug Ross, what's going on? Thank you for joining me. If you guys aren't aware, Joe, that watches the show, he bought some merch, and he sent me some pictures of him wearing the merch. They're on Facebook. Go check them out. And if you guys want any hoodies, t-shirts, or anything like that, just hit me up. Email me at billstax2021@gmail.com or hit me up on Facebook, and I'll get them out to you guys. Oh, yeah, man. Time to get out there. Are angry with their exes for their kids not knowing their name. I have friends who have done this. Emotions and egos take over at times. I guess so. Hopefully people can get it all together, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it's a 76-year-old member of the Hells Angels. He had a cut on. I heard that the cut got taken, but I don't know if it's true. But 76 years old, he must have been a member for a long time, right? Search, yes, I got more than a fit. Yeah, let me know if you guys want hoodies, t-shirts, anything like that, and I'll get them out to you guys. Virginia Chaos is going to be getting his very soon. I'll be doing another spin the wheel thing and giving away a couple, so stay tuned for that. The other person that won a t-shirt never hit me up. I told them to email me, never got a response. So I'll be doing another giveaway very soon. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. The links are already there. So tune in tomorrow at 12 o'clock. It's going to be a good show. If you guys like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. If you want to donate to the show, you can hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx. YouTube takes 30%. That's a lot of money. If you donate $10, they take $3. Like, damn, straight highway robbery. But you can donate through Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chats, Zelle, all that good stuff. And I appreciate every single dollar. I put it right back into the content. And if you want to tell your story on Chatting with Staxx, just email me at billstaxx2021@gmail.com and we'll make it happen. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.